cuts! No NHS cuts! No ifs! No buts! No NHS cuts!
No ifs! No buts! No NHS cuts! Public health! Public wealth!
Vote for local doctor! Iain Maclennan! Vote for local doctor! Iain Maclennan!
We work with older people. Psychologists for 100,000 population.
Less catchy, but more important. Thank you.
Yeah.
Investment, yeah. And this is the GATS, to do with GATS, General Agreement, since 2000.
I always look.
I guess you're hearing a lot of wind at the moment, sorry.
Can you hear me? I'd just like to say thanks very much for you all turning up today. Actually a very lovely day, but a cold day, but thanks for all coming to support our candidates, Dr Iain Maclennan and the National Health Action Party. We're here today to stand up to an out-of-touch and dishonest political class that's wrecking our NHS, public services and our economy. We have a political class that's representing the interests of the City of London instead of ordinary citizens of this country. It's time to fight back, and the fight starts here, right here in Eastleigh. This is a huge opportunity for the people of Eastleigh to send a message to the Westminster bubble that ordinary people of this country have had enough of political sleaze. All the main political parties have betrayed the NHS, but the Tories and the Lib Dems are most to blame. We were promised no top-down reorganisation of the NHS, no further privatisation of the NHS. But their legislation, that's what it absolutely prescribes. And they have absolutely no democratic mandate for that whatsoever. And what we'll see is an NHS that's increasingly dismantled, fragmented, and increasingly privatised. They're all guilty of pushing forward a business agenda with financial targets at the forefront instead of patient care. And that's precisely why we saw problems at Mid Staffordshire Hospital, where there was too much focus on financial targets and a business model instead of what really counts, which is the patients. These coalition reforms will see Mid Staffordshire more likely in the future, not less likely. We'll see less accountability, not more accountability, as private firms are protected by commercial confidentiality. We'll see less patient choice, not more patient choice, as GPs will form various contracts with various companies. And we'll see a less efficient health service, not a more efficient health service. In summary, the public have been betrayed, the NHS has been betrayed, and it's time we stood up against them. This election should be about trust, and if it is about trust, then there's only one person to vote for, and that is our candidate, Dr Iain Maclennan. So I'd like you to put your hands together for our candidate for Eastleigh, Dr Iain Maclennan. Please come forward. So just in summary, Iain is a local man. He's lived here all his life, a local GP that served the community, and he will serve his constituents in an equally good way with trust, honesty and respect. So Iain, would you like to come up and deliver a speech to all your fans? Thank
My God. You want to run to Southampton General and get some?
Max volume here. Well, good morning. Yes, still morning. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm absolutely touched with the support today. Considering, you know, this party has just started from scratch in November, the response I've had and the support I've had from both the party and the public has been really overwhelming, and I'm really touched, and thank you so much for coming today. We in the National Health Action Party have set ourselves an enormous challenge. There is, sadly, widespread ignorance about the changes that are engulfing the National Health Service. We have a corrupt political system where power and wealth take precedence over people power. In this borough, although there was a turnout of 69% in the 2010 general election, that's still 31% of people who do not vote. And my experience in the borough over this last week has told me that people are fed up with business as usual politics, where professional career politicians put the interests of their own party before the people that they were elected to represent. And this is a disgrace, and I want this to stop, and that is why I'm standing here now. So what's different about Iain Maclennan? Iain will actually listen to his constituents and represent the interests of the people of Eastleigh. How weird is that? That is seriously weird, isn't it, folks? But I'm proud to be weird. The reason we have such voter apathy here is because people no longer see the point in voting, and this is what people on the doorstep and in the high street keep telling me time and time again. They don't see the point in voting. They tell me it doesn't matter who gets in, it doesn't matter, they don't listen. But that's all about to change if Iain Maclennan gets elected. So, the National Health Action Party difference, as many people stand open-mouthed when I tell it, because it just sounds such a pipe dream, and it's so sad. When I tell them the National Health Action Party is a party which is not dictated to by a party whip, and it's a party that listens to the people that elect its representatives. People are taken aback. They've never heard of this kind of MP before. But that's what I will deliver. Through genuine consultation with the electorate, through public meetings, local surgeries, and using the social media, I intend to listen to the people and to be their true advocate in Parliament. It's so sad that that kind of politician is more the exception than the rule. But I intend that I will be the first of hopefully 50 National Health Action Party MPs that will change the face of politics for good. Now, moving to the national health agenda. Make no mistake, the health services are under threat here. Just over the border in Surrey and in Berkshire, NHS community healthcare services have been sold off to Virgin Healthcare. My sister, a health visitor, she now works for Virgin Healthcare, and she is not impressed. Services are under severe strain, staff morale is low, But never mind, the shareholders are happy. So all's well, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
No, it isn't! It's so grossly unfair, and one of the reasons that we are fighting, the reason we are here today, telling the world that this is just not fair, is because privatising the health services will destroy that icon of social solidarity that the National Health Service represents, and on the principles upon which it was founded by Nye Bevan in 1948. So looking at the local situation here, our community health services are certainly under threat. Southern Healthcare Foundation Trust and Solent NHS Trust are ripe for privatisation, just in the way that our Surrey counterparts were last year. The shareholders are obviously happy. They're not bothered because they can afford to get their private healthcare elsewhere. And this is why inequalities are just going to get ever wider.
Yeah.
Southern Health Foundation Trust, for those who are not familiar with the local trust services, and Solent Healthcare Trust are responsible for providing community healthcare services, mental health services and sexual health services. So these are the services that generally tend to serve the people who live on the margins of society, the vulnerable people. So these are the people who are going to be disadvantaged by privatisation of the health service. And these are the people that we must stand up for. We were sold the Health and Social Care Act and privatisation. I mean, it was started off by Labour government. I mean, my colleagues are probably going to move on to this, so I won't bang on too much about that. But we were sold the NHS Social Care Act as a way of empowering clinicians, a way of empowering doctors and nurses to provide what patients really want. But this is a total lie. The power is not going to be with clinical commissioning groups. The power is going to be with the commissioning support organisations. Locally, that's Commissioning Support South. This is the actual body that is going to have the power to commission our health services. And it's only a matter of time before Commissioning Support South is privatised by the healthcare providers like Virgin and Centrica and so on. Okay.
The dog understands, but the politicians don't.
Hear, hear. Okay, I'm going to wrap up now. I say to the voters of Eastleigh, a vote for the National Health Action Party is a vote to save and improve the National Health Service.
Yeah.
A vote for any other party is a vote to abolish the NHS and end the universal healthcare, free at the point of need. So, to end on a cliche, trust me, I am a doctor. Vote for the National Health Action Party and vote just to save the NHS. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys.
Not for sale! NHS! Not for sale! NHS! Not for sale! NHS! Not for sale!
Hi UK watching, thank you for watching.
NHS!
Not for sale.
Save our NHS!
Yes!
Anyway, thank you for joining us. Well, we're in Eastleigh, and yeah, I'll just back in a minute. Well, second really.